Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dorothy. We're going to start off with a song this morning. Welcome to the Church of Unity, New Westminster, first of all. Welcome, everyone. We're going to start off with a song called Everything I Need to Know. I already know it. Everything I need to know about what lies before me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to do about what lies before me, everything I need to do about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to behold about what lies before me, everything I need to behold about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to be strong about what lies before me, everything I need to be strong about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to be at peace about what lies before me, everything I need to be at peace about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me, everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me, the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of New Westminster. It's so lovely to see you all today. And thank you, Linda, for that song. And everybody's so busy chit-chatting, but what's so wrong with that,
That's
too?
okay.
Well, thank you. And thank you for joining us online if you are watching live or sometime in the future. On behalf of all of us, a very warm welcome to you. And for those of you in the room, if you are here returning as a person who's been here many times before, a person who's been here one or two times before, or brand new to our community, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is lovely that you are all here. We are here to consider ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, who we consider our primary way shower and example. And we honor and recognize that there is wisdom to be found in faith traditions all over the planet. There is wisdom to be found in story and in song and in movies and in books and in life experiences. And we open ourselves to inspiration from everywhere. We honor every person's right to choose their own life path, their own spiritual path. All are welcome here. All are worthy here. All are celebrated here. And our goal is to offer ideas that you might consider so that your life is calm, connected, and contented. Everyone okay with that? Wouldn't that be awesome? Let's begin our service today in a time of prayer. As we breathe, we allow ourselves to come to this place, and we give thanks for this place. That we are on the traditional and ancestral unceded territory of the Kakite First Nation. And we give thanks. We give thanks for First Nation peoples everywhere. We give thanks for this land, for this opportunity to gather together, to laugh, to sing, to connect with one another, and to be inspired. We are all one. Regardless of our name for God, we embrace the idea that it is one power. And that in that one power, we are all connected, heart to heart, human to human. And it is from this awareness of our oneness that we extend a blessing for love, a blessing of peace, a blessing of healing to every person on this planet. We resolve to set aside the labels that so often divide us. Instead, we turn to find each person's heart, their humanity, the love that each person is at their core. We embrace the idea of prayer, this energetic uplifting that makes a difference simply because we imagine it. And it is from this awareness of our power that we love, that we intend, and that we give thanks. And so it is. Amen. I'm going to ask Maxine to come up and read the daily word for us. Yay.
You have to hold this a certain way. And right up here. Hello, I'm Maxine. Hello. Hello. Today's daily word is forgiveness. I bless and heal myself through forgiveness. In Lessons in Truth, author H. Emily Cady writes, "To forgive is to give to give some actual definite good in return for a wrong done or a harm inflicted upon me or someone I care about. Like everyone, I have forgiveness work to do from time to time. If I feel challenged in my forgiveness efforts, I turn within to the inner sanctuary of prayer. Here, there is no pain, no hurt. There is only good. As I forgive, I begin to feel light and free. I forgive myself for holding on to resentments as I become willing to let them go. I understand forgiveness is a process that may not always feel smooth. I am patient with myself on my forgiveness journey, one day, one step at a time. I am blessed by and through the act of forgiveness." This reading was inspired by Numbers chapter 14, verse 20. "Then the Lord said, I do forgive, just as you have asked." And now, let's join Linda as we sing, "Let Go and Let God." Let go and let God.
When you can't find your direction and your heart won't guide you home, let go and let God. When your dreams are broken in the dust and you've lost the will to trust, let go and let God. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you to surrender, to surrender. Let go and let God. Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, Nam-myoho Renge-kyo. When the faith's a dying fire and there's no spark to feed the flame, let go and let God. When your courage fails you and the well of hope runs dry, let go and let God. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you to surrender, to surrender. Let go and let God. Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, 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 Nam-myoho Renge-kyo. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. Thank you.
As we prepare to hear today's message, let's move into a time of centering meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes with me if that feels comfortable. And if you prefer, and it feels more secure for you to leave your eyes open, allow them just to rest and focus gently on a spot in front of you. And become aware of your breath. That life-giving energy that we take so much for granted. The flow in and out. The yin and the yang, the ups and the downs. Both working together in the fullness of life. take a moment to give thanks for that breath. And with every breath, allow your body to sink more deeply into the seat or the couch or the bed or whatever is supporting you. With every breath, allow your body to feel heavier. Let go. And notice that your mind continues. It's what minds do. Rather than try to stop thinking, notice that your mind always is busy. And just sink beneath those thoughts. Let go of resisting. They'll be there later. Turn your focus gently away and to that part of you where feelings reside. And notice peace. Imagine, if you can, something pleasant. It might be the memory of a puppy or a kitten holding a newborn baby, or smelling a flower. And notice as you feel the joy of that memory, that you automatically smile. Feel that experience now. This is the place of love, the place of serenity. This is the place where we remember that what really matters is peace and love. And at any time that we feel distressed, the path to our de-stressing is breathing, sinking beneath our thoughts, and touching this place of serenity, which is always accessible to us. And in this silence now, rest. Rest in this peace, this quiet, the wholeness of this beautiful experience. And know you can always return to it. And so it is.
To be humble, to be kind, it is the giving of the peace on your mind. To a stranger, to a friend, to give in such a way that it has no end. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. To be bold, to be brave, it is the thinking that the heart can still be saved, and the darkness can come quick. The danger's in the anger and the hanging on to it. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. And tell me what it is that you see. A world that's full of endless possibilities. Heroes don't look like they used to. They look like you do. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is gone. We are peace, we are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. We are how we treat each other and nothing more.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Imagine this. You're going to have an intimate dinner party, and you've imagined it in your mind, and you've got the candles set up, and you've got the table all laid out, and the beautiful flatware and flowers in the middle, and you have this vision. And part of the vision is that everyone is going to be present with each other and spend the evening talking. And there's a hockey game on. And so, somebody decides they want to watch the game. What happens if you're attached to your expectation? How do you handle yourself in a situation where you have imagined everything a certain way and things don't go quite the way you imagine? You ever noticed how often we live in expectation? We have a vision and we're attached to it. One of my seminal life stories is about a time when I was, it was New Year's Eve. And I wanted to see the fireworks which were going to be at Science World. So Walt and I went and we had dinner at the Keg at Granville Island. And we got chatting to the server, because he's interested in astronomy, Walt's interested in astronomy. All of a sudden, it's like 1:45, and you got to walk to get to a place where you can see the fireworks. So we make this mad dash, and midnight happens as we're in the float home grayness, trying to make our way over to see the fireworks. Completely missed them. Completely missed the moment of Happy New Year and should old acquaintance be forgot and all that stuff that you do at the minute of midnight. And I was telling my sister Jill about this the following day. Like, I don't really know what to even make about what had happened last night. And she, in her wise way, said, it's because you were attached to a certain vision. What if we didn't mind? What if, having had something happen and reach a place where we're now going to decide what to do at a crossroads? Do we make a fuss? Do we go with the flow? Do we accept what's happened and recognize that it's past and there's no point in arguing against it because it's finished? What do we do when we're attached to expectation? Think of these as like just everyday expectations that we have. We expect that if we study hard, we're going to get good grades. We expect that if we do good for others, then good will come to us. We expect that if we eat healthy and exercise, that we are going to live long. We expect that our friends will never lie to us, or they will never speak about us behind our backs, that there won't be betrayal at times, that there'll always be a sense of fairness. We expect that our family and friends will always be there for us, and that we might never have to make really challenging decisions that might go against what other people hope for us. Hundreds and thousands of expectations that we sometimes are conscious of and sometimes not as aware of, but that we live with all the time. One of mine, maybe the reason I became a minister, is that I believe that people should listen to me. I'm the oldest of 5 children. It's kind of what the oldest of 5 children do, I think. But what happens if they don't? What if they've got a different viewpoint and they're grown-ups and they're entitled to their own viewpoint? What do I do then? What could I do? is likely to happen when an expectation happens? This dinner party, as an example. And then somebody's like, we're going to watch the hockey game, woo! And that whole picture gets mixed up. And you can either go with it or not. The challenge is, how do you do it without getting frustrated and blowing the whole experience for everyone? What do you do when you say something to someone and you absolutely know that this is the right thing for them, but they say no? Yeah. Chances are you're going to get upset. Or chances are that you might be disappointed, or you may decide to cut them out of your life, or you might get angry, or irritated, or impatient, or turn away. You may say something that you regret later. You may shut down, or fight, or flee, or freeze, or do too much, or do too little to try and find a way to compensate and manage the situation. Distance, cut off, tantrum, storming away, divorcing, naming, blaming, shaming. We've all done at least some of these in our life. Welcome to having a heartbeat. The problem with it, of course, is that this stress that we experience when we are disappointed has two negative effects at the very least. The first is that if somebody is upset, as an example, and then we get upset about their upset, now there's two of us upset. When we're upset, when we're stressed, when we're anxious, when we're any of those words, they all actually come down to the word stress or anxiety, if you prefer. What happens, other than the profound and real health effects on our body, is that we don't think clearly. We run into a place where we escalate things because they're upset, we're upset, we get upset at their upset, now they're upset because we're upset, and everything blows up. And it can lead to profound consequences on our relationship with that person and sometimes with the people who are witnessing the interaction. On top of that, on top of the fact that we may say things that we don't like about ourselves, where we lose control and say things that we're sorry for down the way, there's another impact, and that is that we live in an interconnected world, and our feelings and our behaviors are contagious, if you will. Have you ever walked into a room and you can feel that there's like some kind of a tension in the room? Well, our goal is not to add to it. Because what's true for us is true for everybody, that when we are anxious and angry and stressed, we don't make good decisions. We don't think clearly, we don't speak clearly, we can't take a breath and make a wise choice. We make an easy choice, and sometimes they're not the same thing. We fight, we flee. We freeze, or we do too much or too little, what I think of as fawning. But we live in an interconnected world. So if we can be the presence of peace and calm in a whirlwind of anxiety and stress, then our peacefulness will have the effect of calming everything down. Even if it's just a little, it will have an effect. And that means that not only will we stay true to who we are, but the entire situation may be influenced positively by our calm. That's a pretty great incentive to stay calm and be calm in the presence of a situation where expectations are not being met. Imagine a line near the top of a page. So imagine a piece of paper, and imagine that you draw a line at the top, sideways. That line is expectation. Now imagine that same page and another line at the bottom called reality. To the extent that we can get those lines closer together, we can reduce suffering because it is in the gap between what we expect and what's actually happening that we suffer. And our goal, when we suffer, then we have that stress, we have that anxiety. So our goal is to manage ourselves in the face of expectations not being met and facing reality on reality's terms, which means taking the word should quite far out of your vocabulary. I once heard Reverend Sandra Campbell said, "We want to be like Buddhist vacuum cleaners, have no attachments." I thought that was cute. To the extent that we can accept reality and accept that circumstances won't always go our way, our suffering, that gap between expectation and reality, our stress will be reduced. When our stress is reduced, our brain will function better, we will function better, and there'll be a sense of power and freedom in how we behave. We will feel more free. Jesus puts it this way in the Sermon on the Mount. He says, a parable. And the parable, well, I'm not even sure if it's really a parable. I think it is. He says, "Come to terms with your accuser quickly, lest you be taken to the judge and then be thrown into jail." I think what he's talking about is the accuser within us, that part of us that judges the gap. I should have called this talk Mind the Gap. Sorry. Ooh, my mind just went somewhere else. If we can come to terms with the accuser that says that this gap should not be, then we are the ones who are judging. We are the ones that are putting ourselves in a prison of our own making, because we are the ones who are going to be miserable. And when we are miserable and we don't function well, then guess what? Neither will the people around us. If we can come to terms with our accuser, the accuser within us quickly, and we can accept, this is reality, I'm going to meet it right where it is, then we can stay calm. We can make intelligent decisions. And the people around us are likely to be, if not at the least unchanged, then maybe even calmed a little bit by our presence. What's not to like about that? The problem is, it doesn't always work that way, does it? We are all people with imaginations, and we all have ideas about what others should do and how others should behave in certain situations. For example, a lovely dinner that people are coming to and the hockey game is on. Well, for some people, it's like, yeah, hockey. And for others, it's, no, this person went to some trouble to create this event. Let's be present with them, as an example. How do we achieve calm in the face of expectation? The first question I suggest you ask is, what if you didn't mind? The teenagers at Unity's youth group have, one of their guidelines is the tilapia rule. Go with the flow, like the fish. Albert Einstein is attributed to have said that you cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it. And Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity, co-founder of Unity with his wife, Myrtle Fillmore, his favorite Bible passage was, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." What if you changed your mind? What if, instead of conforming to how you think things should be, you could transform by the renewing of your mind? How? Well, I've been listening to an audiobook that explains this in a way that is simple, more simple than I think I've ever heard anyone explain it. Because I would say, just take your time, relax, let them be them, and that is true. This book is called Let Them. Let Them. And it is written by Mel Robbins. But what's interesting is the book is called Let Them, but that's only 50% of the equation that she actually talks about in the book. The other part is, then let me. So I'm going to suggest this idea for you. Imagine that dinner table. What if you let them do the thing that matters to them? They want to watch the hockey game? Turn the hockey game on. If that's what they want to do, those who want to watch the hockey game, go watch the hockey game. What if you didn't mind? What if you didn't mind that they behaved differently than you behave? What if you didn't mind that they don't accept your advice? What if you didn't mind that they want to watch TV while you're having a conversation? What if you didn't mind that you wanted to watch TV while they want to have a conversation? My suggestion with this idea of let them is to be an observer. You don't need to be attached. If people they're coming to your dinner party. Why? Because you want them to have an enjoyable time. If enjoyable time means watching the hockey game, God bless them. Go watch the hockey game. Catch you in whatever the breaks are. Become an observer. Rather than absorb all of this expectation, Let it funnel through you. My friend Martha Creek says, be a funnel, not a sponge. You don't need to absorb. You need to observe. Then, when someone is upset, another example, someone's like in your face upset about something, or in someone else's, and you don't like how they're behaving. What if you let them have that experience? Think to yourself, that person has an opinion. That person's having a strong opinion. That person is really upset. That person behaves in a way I don't care for. And in all of those cases, let them. Sidney Harris, this is from the book Discover the Power Within You by Eric Butterworth, my favorite example out of this book. He writes, Sidney Harris, the distinguished news columnist, tells of visiting a Quaker friend for a weekend. Each evening he would walk to the corner with his friend to buy the evening newspaper. The man would be cheerful and pleasant, but the newsie would always reply with a grunt. Harris commented one night, "He's a mighty unpleasant fellow, isn't he?" The Quaker friend replied, "Oh, he's always like that." "But why are you so nice to him?" And the answer is a classic that reflects a deep understanding of Jesus' law of non-resistance. The Quaker said, "But why should I let him determine how I am going to act?" And that brings us to the second part of this formula that I'm going to suggest to you. And that is, let me. Let me respond in alignment with my values. Let me remove myself for a while until I can restore myself to calm and be the presence of calm in this situation. Let me consider what the wisest response might be, knowing that we have different expectations. This isn't always easy. But you keep your own power when you remember that when somebody is pushing your buttons, they are your buttons, not theirs. The real power is this. Rather than be conformed to the way that most people might be or might react, or the way you reacted in the past that often didn't serve you well, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Okay, easy to do. Let's assume, easy to say, harder to do. Let's assume that we can buy into the idea of let them. We're going to let them be who they are, act how they are. You know, not my monkey, not my circus. And now we're going to resolve to let me. Well, how do you do that? When you're in a place where somebody has pushed your buttons, how do you get to the point where you can function again? Pause. Take a breath. I find it helpful to close my eyes, to kind of take myself visually out of wherever I am. Find a way to restore yourself. The meditation I did is one of those ways, where you breathe and then you notice that your brain is just firing on all cylinders, and you resolve to go down beneath it and find a place of peace within you where you can be calm. Next, presence yourself. Become present to what is going on. Ask yourself, how would I be if I didn't mind? Put yourself in their shoes as part of presencing. You can put yourself in their shoes and ask this amazing question, which is the gift of the turnaround. When have I behaved in a way that is similar? Chances are there has been at least a time or two where I have been insensitive to the planning that somebody else has created, and I just come storm in with my own ideas. Chances are there's been at least a time or two in my life where I have snipped at someone or insisted on my own way or been impatient, just as that person who is just bugging them, but Jesus out of you right now, is doing. Grant them grace, just as you would wish that someone would grant you grace in that situation. And then think of that ladder or that graph that I just spoke about, those two lines. Expectation, reality, stress. How am I adding or de-escalating that stressful situation? How can I bring everyone to a place which is more calm? And if I can't, how can I bring myself to a place that is more calm? One of the most hard questions here is, how am I adding to this? And be willing to de-escalate. And then proceed, act. It's not to say that we don't have boundaries. It's not to say that there aren't limits on what we will accept or we don't accept. But when we have calmed ourselves down, when we have paused and we have presenced ourselves, now we can proceed intelligently with an action. It might be a request. It might be, I can't be in this relationship anymore. It might be any one of 100 creative things that you might be able to do. But you're doing it from a place of calm, a place of wisdom, a place of responding rather than reacting. One of my instructors at seminary said, other people are not failed attempts at being you. And I loved that. He wasn't saying it to me, for the record. Other people are not failed attempts at being you. This is especially true for adults. People have the right to make their own adult choices, even if they aren't aligned with yours. We see this a lot politically these days. What if we didn't make it into something bigger? Pause. Let them have their political view. Let me decide how I'm going to be in that. Now, I can hear all of the yeah buts. Yeah, but I shouldn't let him get away with it. Yeah, but she hurt me first. Yeah, but they're idiots for believing whatever it is they believe. Yeah, but I can see how much it's harming them to allow them to continue in this behavior that they're engaged in that is so destructive for them and for the people around. Yeah. And love includes respect. The only person we can change is ourselves. how we choose to respond with grace will make a difference to any situation. We don't have the power to change someone else. And too often we give away our power to a situation and make meaning out of things that need not have meaning. We don't have to get upset because someone is Republican or Democrat or liberal or conservative or NDP or Green. Unless it's something we choose, let them have their choice. And then let us hold on to our power and how we choose to respond. We don't like it when someone tries to do it to us. Why would we do it to someone else? So next time somebody says or does something that does not meet your expectation, let them. And then ask yourself the question, what if I didn't mind? Let me show up in alignment with my values. Calm, connected, contented. Some things will go our way, some things won't. So what are we going to do about that? What if you didn't mind? Let them be who they are, and then let me be who I am. Be a Buddhist vacuum cleaner. Have no attachment, except the attachment to love. I bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you, Ronnie.
I thought this would be a good song after yesterday. The rain. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Well, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is a rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. And it is. Thank you.
Well, these are our announcements for today. These are our announcements for today. Please join us on Zoom tomorrow for Monday meditation from 10:30 to 11:15. We check in with each other and enjoy guided meditation, and we uplift and acknowledge each person as we read the names of the people on our prayer list. To add someone to the prayer list, please fill in a paper request slip with the person's first name and the initial of their last name. Then place it into the offering basket. You can also send us an email or submit a prayer request on our website or app. Today is the last Sunday in the month, and it is the day that we celebrate the people who had birthdays in this month. It is also a potluck lunch day, so please stay and eat. Even if you didn't bring anything, just come and stay and have amazing potluck lunch with us. Please note that there will be no Creative Cafe and karaoke today. The next Creative Cafe and karaoke is on the last Sunday of next month. You are all invited to become a member or to renew your membership at Unity of New Westminster. Membership is free and allows you to vote at our annual meeting at the membership in April. To activate your membership, please fill in a paper membership form or fill in the form on our website. It's in the About section by Sunday, March 9th. The QR code is on the screen, will take you directly to the membership page. We are grateful for your gifts, which support Unity of New Westminster. Many of us contribute with pre-authorized payments, so if you are not placing anything into the contribution basket today, please bless it silently when it comes to you. Then pass the basket along. For our online viewers, you'll find a donation link in the description of the recording. And please like and subscribe to our channel so we can reach more people. Please give freely from a place of abundance and gratitude. Thank you. We are so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful that all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And we are so blessed, aren't we? We are blessed to have all of you here, each one of you, and your loving energy fills this room and will go out and fill our community. So I am so blessed to be the minister here and so blessed for this community. It is a blessing, not just to each one of us, but to our greater communities. We are blessed by the people who support us behind the scenes, either here on a Sunday doing audio, video, and ushering, and Maxine, who has stepped away now to go help in the kitchen, but Yay to her for doing her platform today. And we are so blessed to have the amazing Linda Kidder as our musician today. Thank you so much. It is always so lovely when you are here.
I love to be here.
Thank you. Let's move into a circle if we're able as we sing our I Am the Light of God and our prayer and our peace song. And I never checked with you. Are you going to play it or sing it?
I'll just come down here with you.
Oh, okay. I need to change the... Okay, we have to... No, can you play it?
The peace song?
Yeah.
I sure can, yeah.
Okay, we're going to do peace song that way because
Okay.
I neglected to put it in as a video today.
That's fine. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our leader, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy